Hey everybody, let's take a look at two different watches from Sternglas, or I think it's pronounced Sternglas, if my German um, if my German is correct. So this is an interesting company. I don't know if I would say they're a micro brand. I think it's a small company. It's a German company, um, and they're based in Hamburg. I think they manufacture all their watches there, and the goal is to make an affordable alternative to some of the other minimalist, let's say Bauhaus inspired German watches like from Nomos or Junghans. And most of their watches are quartz, but not all of them. They have plenty of mechanical watches as well. They have some dive watches. They have pretty big selection. And rather than being in the thousands of dollars like Nomos and Junghans, their watches seem to vary between $300 and $500, depending if it's mechanical or quartz or not. If you're lucky and you hunt around, you might be able to find them when they're on sale. So I was able to pick up these two watches because I thought they kind of caught my eye. They have some that are very minimalistic. They look like the Max Bill from Junghans. Others that are the opposite, really vibrant, really loud, and this might be one of them. I think this is a Levin, or the model is the Levin or the Levin, and this is the blue edition. I think this is a Bauhaus inspired, if not a Memphis design studio inspired version. So this basic geometric shapes on the back is supposed to indicate that. Let me zoom in so we can get a better look at this. What do we have here? Yeah, 5 atmospheres of water resistance. I think Zeitmesser is a timepiece. I don't really know. And then, yeah, that's manufactured in Hamburg. Really attractive, nice. You know, I love the Max Bill, but I'm not going to spend that kind of cash on one because I don't think I would wear it very often. But if you do want a simple timepiece, definitely look at Sternglas. We got these red keepers right here. Let's see what that looks like on me, then get some dimensions, and then we'll look at the other watch. I've got to zoom out for that. That's a 7.5-inch wrist, and I think that's a fun watch and handsome at the same time. Really nice. I happen to really like that coloring. Cyan with blue and like a red orange, if that is. I'm pretty sure that's a sapphire crystal. Doesn't say it here, but I think all of their watches use sapphire. We have the color matched date wheel there. What's that kind of minute track called? It's like a lot of vintage Seikos use it, like the racetrack or the rally kind of edition. You know, the only thing is these watches that are fully polished, they like to get smudges. Simple. Date, 1 click. Time, 2 clicks. Nice little piece. I don't think there's any video of this on YouTube. When I checked a while ago, before I bought it, so I said, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see what it looks like. And I quite like it. Let's go to this watch now. Dimensions the same. That's right. So even though it looks like there's a wire lug like vintage watches, you know, there is a spring bar. It's quick release. Let's get the dimensions and then we'll move on to the other watch. These are super thin. What do we have here? Like 9.5 millimeter, and that's if we include the crystal, which has some doming to it. So I think this is a 7 millimeter watch otherwise. Yeah, what am I getting? Yeah, 6.5, 7. It's probably somewhere around there. And dimensions. That's the thing. A lot of these simple watches by some other brands can be massive. You don't want to wear a 45 millimeter pie pan on your wrist. 40 millimeter. Totally sensible. This guy right here is the Neuwerk? The Neuwerk? Yeah, this watch looks more like most of their watches, and they definitely have mechanical watches that look quite like this. I think their most popular watch is called the Naos, Naos, and that is an automatic watch. This one's much simpler, much more straightforward, simple black dial, white text, but we have a little bit of color on it. We see the color match date wheel, but at the 12, 3, 6, and 9, we have the yellow indices. That loom, I don't actually know if they're loom, but we'll find out. The minute and hour hand blue, and the tip of that second hand red. Really, really cool. And this one I think has, yeah, most of their watches do have some interesting pattern on the rear. And this is the edition Neuwerk. I'm not too sure what that means. This is number 200 of 750 made. 5 atmospheres of water resistance. Manufactured in Hamburg. So I'm guessing Neuwerk is the location of that lighthouse. I think that's a lighthouse with a ship. Yeah. Really classy, clean watches. This one seems to be a little thinner at 9mm. It also has a domed crystal. Let's call it 7. We have a different lug pattern here. Let's get the dimensions. It's a little bit bigger at 42mm. Doesn't feel like a big watch. Like 42mm is normally the size of a dive watch that I would wear. And on a simple, basic dress watch, that might be, I would normally think that's too big, but I think that looks just fine. You know, having been collecting watches for a while now, it really depends on the watch. Some watches at 40mm look too big, and others at 42 might look too small. That's awesome. And it comes with this really cool purlin. I actually own one other purlin that I bought myself. I've never had a watch that comes with one. If you've never seen it before, you put the kind of the tang or the tongue wherever you want for the best fit. And of course, it's a standard strap which you can replace. I think, I don't know, that one's more fun. This one is stealth fun. Does that make sense? From a distance, it looks like a plain old black and white watch, but you have a little bit of color in your life. Let's just see before I turn off the lights if there even is loom. I don't think there is. I think these are meant to be simple, basic, dressy-esque watches. Yeah, the tip of that second hand is luminescent, but what is it? UV luminescent. Yeah, same thing with this second hand. It glows under direct, but nothing persists. So no loom on these guys. If you like these watches and if you don't like them, definitely check them out because they have such a wide selection. If you're looking for a simplistic watch, minimalist, a little dressy, actually, I think these exact watches, they may not make anymore. I've had these for a while, like 6 months. I bought them last year. But they have a ton of watches in this style. This is what they do. Simple, minimalistic watches. They have a dive watch, which it too is, for a dive watch, a pretty minimalistic, simple watch. Well, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you think these are interesting, and hopefully you check them out. All righty? Thank you very much.